We'll talk about misuse case testing, or the art of intentionally trying to blow up your applications to see what happens and if you can do it at all. In misuse case testing, there are two aspects, positive and negative testing. And there are two primary strategies for actually doing the test to begin with. Positive testing, you're looking for the application to work as expected. So you're providing input that the program is expecting. You're doing things in a manner consistent with what you would expect the program to do. Conversely, negative testing or misuse case testing, you're trying to see if you can cause the application to crash or hang by providing some type of invalid input or some type of unexpected user behavior. There's a very fine line between misuse testing and abuse testing. Misuse testing, you're looking for perhaps intentional or unintentional disregard of application requirements. Meaning, if you say username is restricted to 8 characters, and a test case there might be, well, I put in something that is 16 characters. The intent of misuse case testing is to improve application quality and make sure that you address the cases where you have unexpected boundaries and manage the resulting, whatever the application does as a result of that. Abuse testing, on the other hand, is looking for ways to purposely harm the application, literally causing it to try to explode, or the environment itself, or the data that it contains. And the intent here is to see what cases would cause maximum damage. And so there's, like I said, a very fine line between misuse case testing and abuse testing when you start talking about these kinds of testing. Why would you want to go do misuse case testing? Well, really, it comes down to, I want to improve the quality of my application. I want to make sure that I identify any behaviors or inputs to the system that are going to cause it to crash or hang, or are going to cause vulnerabilities down the road, things that can be exploited to give attackers control over the application. Really, it comes down to maximizing performance, maximizing security, and making sure that you have a good user experience overall. This is why you do misuse case testing. Some examples of this, some inputs that you might want to think through is theft of trade secrets, perhaps fraud, or unexpected inputs, or even process interruption. How does your application respond to each of these cases? How do you determine what cases to use and how to actually go about doing misuse case testing? Well, use something called the misuse case diagram. And this is a diagram that you can draw out that shows the relationship between what you expect the program to do and what you think might happen, what you hypothesize might be the failure of the program. And it really focuses on identifying the common elements of the program and what inputs can be used, modified, or changed such that the program does something unexpected. You can have mitigations in here with indirect effects. So if there are security controls you've put in place within the application, you can test those as well through a misuse case diagram. As you can imagine, you can see from the example here on the screen, a misuse case diagram could get incredibly complicated, incredibly big. But I equate this to threat scenarios in the risk management space. Your misuse case diagrams, much like your risk or threat scenarios, you're brainstorming the realm of the possible with regard to what could go wrong. And so because of that, you want to look for what could the threat actor be doing? What kind of internal and external attackers would my application face? What kind of effects or interruptions could my application see that would cause downstream security effects? It's the same sort of process that you use for risk management and brainstorming the realm of the possible in terms of how things can go wrong. There are two common types of tests using these misuse case diagrams. Negative testing, again, you're entering erroneous data, perhaps wrong format data, but it's directly into the application and seeing how it would respond. Relational testing is a little bit more in-depth because you're looking at the relationships between different functions within the program, the different dependencies that the program has, and you're trying to see if I alter something over here, does that propagate into an effect downstream in the program or some sort of effect over here. But either way, all you're doing with this is trying to find out the realm of the possible of bad stuff that can happen to your application and use that to derive development efforts and security mitigation efforts around it.